In this lecture number 5, we are going to see the principles of MEMS, transducers as well as the sensors. So previously we have seen related to the introduction of MEMS, then the overview of applications of MEMS, then steps of fabrication of MEMS. So next is nothing but MEMS, transducers and sensors, because if you see the mechanism of MEMS, so micro electromechanical system, so it carries that electronics part as well as the mechanical part. So electronic parts that are related to the sensors and mechanical parts that are related to the actuators and all things. So they combinedly work as a micro electromechanical system. So sensors is nothing but the sense the outer environmental quantities, and after that it is taken as an input for that the internal system. So in internal system, according to that, it will generate the signal and it will process that signal, and at the output side you will get some that the conversion of that the signal. So sensor plays very important role while converting that one type of the signal into the another type. So transducers are nothing but this one type of the energy is converted into the another type of the energy. So here outline of today's fifth lecture is classification of these transducers, then transconduction mechanisms, MEMS system, then MEMS design methodology and MEMS design specifications. So let us see one by one. So classifications. So transducers, sensors, as well as that the microstructures. So transducer, that elements that convert one form of energy to another. So this includes sensor for measurement, actuators for doing the work, and display. So transducer having internal parts, that is sensor to measure the quantity, then actuators for the processing that the signals, and then the display to show the converted energy. So microsensors and microactuators. So a sensor or actuator that is manufactured using fabrication and micromachining techniques. So that already we have seen the steps for the fabrication. So microfabrications and micromachining techniques. Then other microstructures are required in that the MEMS system, so that sense or may not be sensed. So such a microstructures, microchannels, micronozzles, micro lenses, etc. Okay, so in a MEMS, transducer plays very important role because it is used to convert maybe that the physical quantity or any mechanical quantity into the electrical signal for the further processing. So here in the transducer, sensors, actuators and displays, these units are nothing but the combinedly we can say as a transducer. Means in a MEMS system, transducer, microsensors or microactuators and other microstructures are required, and these are nothing but the components of the MEMS that are classified according to their responses as well as according to their work. Then transconduction mechanism, that is physical and chemical transconduction principles are shown here. So here in this column the primary signal is shown, and this table shows that the secondary signal. So that may be mechanical, thermal, electrical, magnetic, radiant and chemical. So from the input side, primarily, that if the mechanical signal is applied, then mechanical and acoustic effects, so that is, for example, diaphragm, gravity, balance, echo sounder. So this whatever the mechanical signal is again converted into the mechanical signal. So then next, mechanical, that is suppose in a secondary signal it generates the thermal, that is friction effect, for example friction calorimeter, then cooling effect, for example thermal flow meter. And suppose if the mechanical force is applied, then secondary signal is generated, that is electric. That for that transducers are used piezoelectricity, piezoresistive, resistive, capacitive and inductive effect. Suppose if the mechanical signal is applied, then for the magnetic, magnetomechanical effect is, for example piezomagnetic effect will be generated by that the transducer. And next, in next column, if suppose mechanical signal is applied, then photoelectric system, that is trace induced by fragrance, interferometers, second effect, Doppler effect, then thermonautical effects, or for example in liquid crystal, radiant emission will be take place. Then if suppose the thermal signal at the primary, then from by using the transducer it is converted into mechanical, electrical, then radiant. So likewise that these all the things means electrical signal may be converted into mechanical, or mechanical signal is may be converted into electrical or magnetic. So these all tables shows that any type of the conversion which is required for the quantitative analysis, the transduction mechanism is very important in a MEMS system. Then just we have seen that the mechanical signal is applied to the piezoelectrical or piezoresistive or resistive or the capacitive and inductive effect. So it will convert it into the electrical signal. So here one example is shown, the Motorola's integrated pressure sensor, where this sensor is designed such that it is in a microstructured sensor. So here whatever the pressure is applied for that pressure sensor, it will generate that pressure is that is physical quantity which is generated into the electrical signal. So such a transconduction mechanisms are used in a MEMS system. So here if you get that the structure of that, so this is pedestal, side wall, diaphragm length and it is the diaphragm thickness. So according to that, if suppose the mechanical force is applied over that, it will generate that the vibration, and whatever that vibration is converted into the electrical signal. Then next, if suppose it is mechanical signal is applied, then photoelastic system, that is trace induced birefringence or interferometers, Sagnac effect or Doppler effect will be created, and that are nothing but the optical signal. So tunable PCSELE is shown here. Okay, so that produce that the optical signal from this. Okay, so this is nothing but that the optical signal is merged out from this tunable. It means tunable that according to that the capacitance effect between that the plates and mirrors that will be generated. Then next, transconduction mechanism. So if suppose thermal any energy is applied, then it is converted into the mechanical vibration. So here thermal expansion, bimetal strip or liquid and gas thermometers, resonant frequency, radiometer effect that are calculated. So here cross-sectional view shows that this is the metal, then oxide here, then over that mirror is there, then by micro actuator is here, which is made up of the polysilicon, and these are the silicon substrate. So if you see, it is the it is white. How much it is white? Then it is 500 micromet. So this is nothing but the mirror. Then frame and waveform actuators are located here as well as the here. Then let us see the operation of the MEMS transducers as well as the system. So module of MEMS system design, that is sensor design, actuator design, interface design and packaging design. So from this box represents, that is nothing but the MEMS system or module of this MEMS system. So from the outside world we can take that the any physical quantity here, okay, and user will get that converted physical quantity into the another signal. So transducer, which is made up of the sensor as well as the actuator, that signal is interfaced with that the interface circuit. Then here is from the sense to that the control and processing circuit, we will require the interface circuit. So it will means from the outside world that the signal is sensed or any mechanical then and vibration and other things are sensed by this transducer, and that type of the signal is converted into the electrical signal, and that signal through the interface circuit is given to the control and processing circuit. So control and processing circuit produce the, according to that it will generate the signal according means it is having that the sense which will control whole system as well as that it will process that the signal, and again it is fed back to that the transducer. So from this control and processing circuit, so the signal is given to that the input output channel and protocols, so that the user will get that the clear notification display over that it will measure the quantity in readable mode. So for this all the things there is a power supply and management block will be required, which will provide the power to whole this system, or we can say that the MEMS system. So here inside this transducer interface, control and processing circuit as well as the input output channel and protocols are used, and for this all one power supply is designed which will manage that the requirement of all these blocks of the supply. Then next let us see the separate components. So here sensor, actuators and interface circuit as well as the control and processing circuit. So the signal will be attenuation. Then if any noise is there, it is also reduced. So these blocks are very important while we are handling any outside world signal into the MEMS system. So if any if any internal problem arises, then we can see that there is a signal attenuation as well as the noise will generated. So it is reduced by well packaged MEMS design system. So it will get reduced effect of that. Then so these highlighted blocks are nothing but the integrated sensors. So means nowadays that the sensors and interface circuits are not a different one. They can combine in a one single chip. So they can work easily. So sensor will sense that the whatever the signal it converted into the another one, and then directly that signal is goes for that the control and processing circuit. So the combined that sensors are known as the integrated sensors, where actuators are for again the separate one. Then next integrated microsystem. So which blocks comes under that the integrated microsystems? Then that the sensors, actuators with the interface circuit as well as that the control and processing circuits. These are nothing but the integrated microsystems. So we can say these are the blocks or the integrated microsystem. Means these different blocks we can integrate in a one which will work as an integrated microsystem. Then if you see the MEMS design strategy, so technology driven as well as the market driven, we have to focus on this because it is the high level design issue. So what are the high level design issues? Then market available for MEMS as well as the impact of all the things, cost, size and speed. Then competition, because all the manufacturing companies are work on the R&D work, research and development. So under that, size of the device, speed of the device, cost as well as the means their long life, whether it is work or not. So according to that, there is a many competition between the manufacturing companies. So again, next is nothing but the technology. So which type of the technology? So it is 9 nanometer technology, 9 micrometer technology. So which technology nowadays are available, on that they have to develop the things. And last is nothing but the how they manufacture as well as the how they well packed without disturbing any functionality of that the device. So relatively importance of high level design issues, the technology demonstration, impact as well as the technology must be high, as well as the research tool, market impact, competitions, then technology and manufacturing. Then commercial products. So for that market is available, impact of that means the systems are there, more competition are there. Then technology, we have to use different technology and minimize the size, as well as that the whatever on which platform we are going to work or which technology we are going to adopt, over that we have to well manufacture. Then why MEMS design process? So first upon, we have to evaluate of competition. Then we have to take into the consideration of the manufacturing things. Then market projections, means how that the market is available for our manufactured product. Then which technology is capable to create that, and according to that we have to apply the creative thinking over by using these four references. And then our product ideas, we have to model and analyze whether our product is up to the mark or not. And again we have to check the performance, and if it is up to the estimated marks, then that product will okay. Otherwise we have to again think about these four factors, and again we have to creative, with the creative mind we have to design once again that the product. So this is nothing but the continuous cycle, where the after this the you will get the well furnished, furnished product at the output. Then next, MEMS design methodology. So top to down design methodology is adopted. So system level, device micro models, then physical numerical modeling, finite element methods, and after that process with the CAD/CAM technology. So when we design that the MEMS system, so it will start which type of the system you are going to use, then which devices you are going to implement in your system. So again you have to think about that the system, and finally that the device. So these all parts we can do, that is nothing but the simulation. And if we cross check whatever we have designed is up to the mark or not, so we have to take the reverse procedure for the verification. So top to down it is the simulation, and bottom to up is the verification. So this is the MEMS design methodologies are used. So various methodologies are imparted to design well MEMS device, as well as that is nothing but we have to work on that the micro. So these design methodologies apply. Then MEMS design specification. So physical variables, then sensors, excitation and sensor response. So this is nothing but the our MEMS design, and for that some of the specifications we have to do. So full scale output, whether it is the algebraic difference between upper and lower endpoints of output, linearity, whether it is the input output linearity is there or not, then offset we have to take into the consideration, then hysteresis we have to apply for the maximum difference between the y of t as well as that the u of t. So input output we have to take into that the hysteresis, whether we are full scale output or not. If suppose error between them, then we have to check the error between that the measured P of S, true value of P of T. Then sensitivity. So it is also the one of the specification of MEMS design. So magnitude of change we have to with respect to P of T is nothing but the sensitivity. Then accuracy, that ratio of error to full scale output expressed in a percentage. Then repeatability, whether it is that the repeatability, independent measurement of made under the identity condition or not. Then resolution, smallest change in P of t that results in a detectable change in Y of t. Then we have to check for the frequency response for different frequencies. Then cross axial sensitivity, sensitivity of sensor to transverse acceleration or other transverse inputs. Then signal to noise ratio, where y is the output magnitude. Then selectivity we have to check, ability to measure one input. Overload characteristics we have to check. Then stability, whether that the ability of sensor to reproduce output for identical input or not. So these are the specifications of the MEMS. So here in this session we have seen the most important part of the MEMS, that is transducers and sensors. So transducers are nothing but the combining of the sensors and that the actuators. So these are the very important why we are going to design for that the MEMS. Thank you.